What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at Anvil Vault Breakers. This is a top-down, isometric, run-and-gun, horde shooting roguelike, where you try to go as far onto alien planets as you possibly can while mowing your way down through robots, bugs, animals, just about everything you can imagine. Along the way, you collect currency that's going to allow you to upgrade your character for that run, and then depending on how far you get, you're going to unlock further currencies to make your character more awesome. We'll kind of talk about, I've played this game for about 2 or 3 hours now, and we'll talk about my observations somewhere near the end of the video. Hopefully somebody will mark that on the timeline so that you can jump straight there. But if after watching Anvil, you wanted to get yourself the game itself, you can look down below in the description. A fair warning, this game is, as far as I can tell, meant to be played with other party members. I've been playing it solo, and it's perfectly functional solo, but it's like you've got a very slim margin of error. I'm guessing that there's like a resurrection mechanic or something like that that the other players can pull on your character as you're going through, because there's a lot of things in this game that will just straight one-shot you when you get to the bosses, like if you fail to perform properly. And so anyways, it's just an observation that I've made while playing. Also down below, you can find a link to my Discord and my Twitch stream, just in case you wanted to check it on out. We will be doing solo gameplay today because the servers are not live. They're not open to anybody else. And as far as I know, it's only me and a couple other people that have the game. Just out of curiosity, I checked to see if anybody else was recording and getting ready for the game a little bit ago by just leaving myself in matchmaking, like globally, and seeing if it picked anybody up. But after a couple of minutes, it did not. So in Vault Breakers, you have breakers. They're basically warframes. They are remote, autonomously controlled kind of robots that you go down onto the planet with. I've got a couple of different characters right now that I've unlocked along the way. You start with this guy, and then I've unlocked this dude right here because his name was Toast. And that just kind of made me laugh, like naming somebody after like a breakfast food. I was just like, well, obviously that's got to be like the first guy I unlock. We've also got Guillotine over here. I've been typically staying away from the melee guys because in a lot of ways this is a bullet hell game, and the bullet hell mechanics don't provide for a lot of openings for the melee guys to really get a lot of damage off. I'm guessing that the melee guys are meant to be supplementary when you're in like a 4-man team or whatever, where when someone else has aggro, that's when the melee guy is going to get his damage off, and when you're playing solo, just doesn't seem to work all together that great. So for right now, we probably want to play a ranged character. We've got Elsa. Basically, she's kind of like a frost mage character. Like, she's got automatic pistols that she fires at the enemies. She can summon like a giant sandworm type deal. It's like a robot worm thing that can tank for her. She's also got like a giant death ray that she can fire off. There's Jungler. This guy uses assault rifles. He's very mobile. He moves around very quickly. He can call in airstrikes. If you wanted to see his gameplay, you can look at my last video that I did on this about a year ago, where I think Jungler was like the only character in the game at that point. Haven't played Guillotine yet, so I can't tell you exactly what he does. Toast is kind of a weird character in that he can be like a short-range character built with like flamethrowers and like acid spitters and stuff like that, but he does have a lot of melee weapons as well. He uses a lot of shields. He doesn't really have a dodge, which makes him kind of a zero-sum character. Like, when he gets hit, he really gets hit, and when he's hitting, he really hits. I'd probably stick with with a ranged character for right now. So we'll try out Elsa because I haven't really done any runs with her as of right now. But she has a sweet-ass blink, and it looks like it leaves a decoy behind us, too, that detonates. Kind of like that idea. All of your characters are upgradable in between runs permanently. Basically, it's all tied to the seasonal system, which is kind of like an odd thing that they've done. So the way that I can tell, all of your progression is going to get wiped at the end of every season. What I mean by that is you keep your characters that you've unlocked, and you keep kind of like the items and things that you've found along the way that unlock in the Forge, but the talent tree that gives your character progression in between runs and actually increases like your HP percentages, your damage percentages, stuff like that, it's shared between all the characters, but from my observation, this tree is going to change every single time the season changes. So just keep that in mind. Like, as of right now, I have 1 point that I can put in, so I'll increase my weapon power by like 1%. So there you go. We do 5% more damage now with all of our gun weapony bits. There are workers over here. These are called toys. Basically, these toys are pets. They follow you around and they do stuff. I haven't unlocked one yet because they cost this currency that you get for advancing down the seasonal ladder, which is available. Where was the seasonal ladder at? There's a spot where I can look and see. I think it's her right here. So the game has a seasonal system. As you go down through the seasonal system, they give you these little piles of crons. I looked around to see if there was a store where you could actually buy the crons, and it doesn't look like you can buy them anywhere, so I don't think that the game is going to have microtransactions, but be forewarned, the pre-existence of seasonal systems makes me raise an eyebrow and be like, alright, so when's the cash shop coming on in? But as far as I can tell for right now, it only has things that you unlock inside of the game by just playing normally, and then you unlock these various infusions of currency by playing the normal game. But, you know, be forewarned. I like the game thus far, but if they ever add in a cash shop, I rescind my enjoyment of the game. I take it back. I take it back and I keep it to myself because I don't support cash shops in any way, shape, or form inside of games. Whenever I cover a game that has a cash shop, even if you can generate the currency from inside the game for the cash shop, and, like, you can't even, like, you know, the buying is not necessary, I still don't like it. It's just a thing that I don't, and I'm going to kind of teleport out here. Yeah, you guys, like, attack my decoy and do your thing. I do like these little pistols. I'd like them better if they weren't burst fire. I can tell you right now, I'm probably going to hot swap instantly. I want to, yeah, summon my big wormy guy. There we go. Get my big wormy guy out on the playfield. I want to see what he does. He's got a considerably long, like a really, really long cooldown. My other ability is that I've got a death ray right here that I can fire off, and then I've also got kind of like a freeze shock thing, I guess. We've got 155 bucks. This is an upgrade terminal right here. We can freeze the ground for 15 seconds when we teleport. Freeze effects last twice as long, and ally movement speed is increased, or we can reduce the cooldown of our teleport by quite a lot. I'm going to do that so that my teleport comes back faster, because she only has 2 teleports. So I've got a sneaking suspicion we're going to run out of those pretty rapidly. This little guy right here is an ally. If I can res him, he'll actually help us out for not like the duration of the level, but until he dies anyways. So there you go. We got a little pack robot who's helping us out now. I'm going to freeze everybody in place right now. We'll go ahead and wipe out some of these enemies. I was hoping a couple of guns and stuff would drop. I felt like that would be like kind of, I want to see every single character has different weapon sets. And so they don't share weapons as far as I can tell. So like when you're playing jungler, he has like a rocket launcher. He's got a machine gun. He's got like a smart gun that tracks enemies. He's got like a tri-shotgun. He's got like a fire shotgun and a couple of other things. Damage output, the further you are to the target. Yeah, I'll take that. I tend to play at range. That sounds good. And then we can get a skill power increase. That makes like all of our usable skills outside of our gun more powerful. I'm going to reload real fast while we're chilling here for a second. Are we going to go up against more enemies over here? What you got for me? A few little buggy boys? I like it. Let's go ahead and throw down on some buggies. One of the things I do like about the game is that they do a really good job with enemy density. There are a couple of little annoyances inside of this game, and I will point them out to you as I get to them, like little things that I do not like. That's a big bug right there. That's a big bee. I'm gonna summon my big bug. There we go. You get a big bug, I get a big bug. It's only fair. I don't know how much HP my bug is gonna have. Oh, he dies pretty quickly. That's the answer to that question. Okay, he got wiped out pretty quick. Death Ray, can you help me here? Hey, I popped off my Death Ray for you, bro. And then you just like walked away like you didn't even care about the fight. Here, I'm gonna freeze you now. That's the punishment that you deserve. And then just kind of like hang out with my little like decoy right there for a second, and then I'll wipe you out. What is that right there? A ranger cannon? What does the ranger cannon do? Oh, it's like it's like a giant face deleter. Gotcha. What is that right there? The homing handgun? Is that just what I had previously? It is. Okay, but it's a tier 2 version, so it's like slightly better. Are they? I will take a defense increase. That sounds good. And I'll also take a critical damage increase. I'll take both of those. And now I'm all tapped out on cash. Life imitates art. Now my space character is as broke as I am. We've got more bugs coming around. I do have that guy that I can summon right now, sort of at the outset. I don't know if he's going to do anything rad for us. Our mission here is to kill off... Oh my god, her death ray is actually quite deathy. I'm sort of surprised how efficient that was. I don't know, dude. I've come to expect that my attacks are not going to do a lot of damage as I've been playing with other characters. And so the fact that the death ray actually supplied death pleases me. All right, that guy's dead. We'll pick up his coins. We only have $100 right now, so I can't really afford anything. I think we're just going to have to keep on moseying in, like, a direction until we find... Where does it want me to go right now? It wants me to go this way? All right, I'll go this way. Bad guys, you over here? Ah, we've got a mini-boss again. That's fun. Okay, I'm going to put down a decoy right there so that when she explodes, she'll go ahead and take some of their damage with them. I think a decoy is a good call right there. They're still shooting at me, at moi. And if they could, like, divert their bullets in other directions. Ow! Okay, so this brings me to my annoyances. Knockdowns. There's way too many knockdowns in this game. As I was playing for the last couple hours, I found myself frequently annoyed by how often enemy attacks basically, like, knock your character down. And, like, the game does make you... Fair mention, the game does make you immune to damage while you're knocked down. But then, like, that sort of begs the question, like, there's an idiosyncrasy there where I'm like, okay, so let's say... Oh, I like that. Hold up, we're going with that right there. I like that gun. I like automatic weapons. The idiosyncratic nature there is, like, getting knocked down in video games is frequently a punishment for you failing to read the enemy, and then it opens the enemy up to dealing a bunch of damage to you, like right upside your dome. And so anyways, if you're going to get knocked down, but it's not going to open the enemy up to dealing a bunch of damage to you, then the enemy is not being rewarded effectively for outplaying you. Which means that it just creates kind of like a jarring break in the action for ultimately no mechanical purpose whatsoever, I guess, except to be like, oh, got you, you're knocked down. Like, I don't know. It's one of those little things that, like, I am a firm believer in sort of like this idea in games that the player should never be out of control of their character. And I believe in that. I can't afford anything inside of here. Now we gotta fight a boss, so I guess I'll just go fight the boss. I am ready for battles. Let us go in and we shall accomplish the battles as best as we possibly can. Does he have like little sound speakers on his shoulders? It looks like he do. Oh, they're not sound speakers. They're like laser death launchers. Okay, what are those? Oh, he's summoning enemies. Okay. Well, I sort of like this automatic shotgun thing that I've got going on. I'm actually kind of... Oh, my goodness gracious. Okay. Summon the alpha worm, dude. I need the alpha worm to help me out here. Yeah, just summon the alpha worm to tank for me for a second. And it looks like he's still got some HPs, so I'm okay with that. He's now down. I sort of want to... Oh, my God. I sort of want to close the gap with this guy and see if I can, like, death laser him. But that seems really, like, high stakes, you know what I mean? Let me see if I can freeze him in place. My guess is that I'm supposed to be freezing people in place. Ow. Okay, that hurt straight to my face holes. Didn't enjoy that at all. My guess is I'm supposed to freeze him and then death laser him. I'm guessing that that's like the fundamental mechanic right here that we're supposed to be playing around with. Although, kudos, I do like the fact that you can actually put status effects on the bosses and actually, like, lock them down. I do dig that, like, quite a lot. So anyways, most game bosses are kind of, like, immune to your status effects, and so, like, all the careful stuff you've stacked up for future use. There we go. Ow. Okay, it doesn't break his animation, though. Yeah, go ahead and summon my giant death worm for me, would you? Oof, I've eaten another one. So I guess while he's down... he gets bonus damage. Ooh, yeah, chunky. I like it. That was pretty good right there. I really got to stop eating that attack. The game does have a perfect dodge system, by the way. If you time your dodge just right, your character does get like a huge increase to both damage and movement speed and a bunch of other stuff. I don't like anything about what's happening right here. We're going to have to kind of slow down traffic for a second. I'm also going to have to break out my ultimate. I can't tank all these robots. In the top right-hand corner of the screen, if you're wondering what has happened, in the top right-hand corner of the screen, there's a meter. When it fills up, basically there's like an AI hive mind that's like looking for you while you're hunting all these beasts on like forbidden planets and stuff. I don't know if it's like the gamekeeper, like what it's supposed to be, but anyways, it summons a metric ton of beasties and ghoulies and things that want to hurt you whenever the meter fills up. So that's something to just kind of keep an eye on. Okay. Unfortunately, these little robot guys right here, they are immune to my freeze, which I am not like a massive fan of because I do need to deal with them. Our health is at about half right now. I'm going to wait for him to fall down and see if maybe I can get him with one of my supplementary like death ray abilities. That seemed to do a pretty good job last time at sort of like ruining his afternoon. And I want this alien to have the worst afternoon possible. Okay, so he falls down now, and we get a fat damage boost. There we go. See, we found the trick to getting rid of this guy. Oh my. Okay, you're very jumpy right now. You know that? You're kind of like jumpy and grumpy. There we go. We finished him off. He's now down. Our first big hunt has been concluded. We have guided penetrating laser rounds. I kind of like my automatic thing that I've got going on a little bit better. There should be some upgrade terminals inside of here that I should be able to spend some money at, so we can increase. I would like to get a 1%. We do have a pretty fast fire rate, so a chance to heal when we hit stuff's a good idea. I'll also take some extra defense that stacks up along the way. And then we'll just go to the next planet.
Starting planet exploration.
Are we? Okay, I'm going to blow up these containers first and foremost because I have decimated myself with them too many times in the past. I don't trust them anymore. They've got to go. But with fast fire rate weapons, I find that like 1% heal builds actually turn out to be pretty good. It looks like we have some kind of shield, and I don't know where that's coming from, but I appreciate it. Yeah, give me the old death laser. Why not? We'll see who we can death laser here. Hey, we got our heal proc right there. You love to see it. Just keep on shooting. I do think that hit feedback could be a little bit better on your character. I find that a lot of the time, I think that I've been performing very, very well, and I have not been taking damage. And then I look down at my HP, and I'm at like a quarter HP, and I'm like, how did this happen? I'm vexed. I'm confused. Let's see. Ice waves. Defensive targets hit by this is reduced by 100%. Allies within the radius get 20% HP back. Does that include me? Because that's really, really good. I'm going to try it. Does it include me? It does include me. I've got my own personal pocket heal now, which I've found is actually kind of the secret to success in this game. Especially when playing solo. Just having like your own access to something that heals like 30% of your HP can be really, really good. In the case of Jungler, he's got a dash ability that allows him to restore health like every 30 seconds when he dashes or something like that. With her, it looks like it's our Ice Wave. That's a turret that we can activate right there just to help us out with the waves that we're going up against. This feels like a good time for Death Ray to me. It's beginning to look a lot like Death Rays. All up in your dome. The hitboxes do seem to be fairly precise when it comes to the isometry. That is one thing that I do appreciate about the game, is that like bullets don't hit you based on perspective. They actually like occupy space in the game world, and your hitbox actually feels like it's pretty generous in this game. I'm going to go ahead and delete all their bullets real fast, and then I'm just going to Death Ray them down. There we go. Perfect. What is that? The Broker's Cannon? Oh, it's the same as the other gun, but it does like an arch fire. Okay, or it does like an arc. Aw, dude, more robots. Okay. I'm going to need my little amigo right here. I'm going to summon up the Bad Dragon to see if it'll help me. Perfect. Bad Dragon, tank for me. While you're tanking, if I could just get a little bit of like lovely Death Ray damage right there. Well done, well done. You served me well, great and powerful Shai Hulud. Let's go ahead, and we've got 442 bucks. Do we really? We're actually kind of popping right now on the finances. I can ignore 40%. I'm going to get a defense increase, and I'm going to ignore more of the enemy's armor, and then I'm going to reduce damage from bullets a little bit. That sounds good. We don't really have a whole lot of offense going right now, which kind of sucks. I would like to pick up some bullets. Like, there are upgraded rounds and things you can buy for the remainder of the playthrough that'll make you deal like a flat 20% more damage or get like 20% more penetration. I'm gonna have to kind of get myself out of that situation. Her ability to like delete bullets is actually kind of dope. Alright, enemies appear to be down. I'm gonna get all up in your business real fast. I do feel like we have a solid amount of healing going from all of our various abilities. Yeah, if you could stop breathing Death Laser at me, that's kind of like my gimmick, and it offends me, and I'm going to have my IP lawyer contact you, like, post-haste, just to let you know that, like, hey, man, you can't steal my gimmick. That's, like, my thing, okay? In the anime, that's my deal. You can't just steal that. Increased HP by 300 when taking damage. Yeah, that sounds good. I'll take that. All right, where's our teleporter at? Our teleporter appears to be down here. We just got to follow the big blueberry arrow. Oh, I had 2 bullets left. Not great. And now I've been smote. All right. Well, here. Let me freeze you guys. And then let me introduce you to just my Death Laser. And then Shai Hulud, help me out for a second. I need you to hang out for a minute. And I need you to just be an unholy headache to the enemy for right now. I don't have Death Ray to assist you with at the moment, but I will in a second. Although at this point, it sort of feels like I would be remiss to use my Death Ray. I need a magazine increase for this gun, too. If I could get my magazine increased by like 30 or 40 rounds, I feel like we get a lot more mileage out of this, and it does fire like 4 bullets at a time. That's why I'm having to reload so frequently. Okay, good to know. We got 194 bullets. You got anything for me? Recover 1% HP every 5 seconds. Yeah, I would love to have that, for sure. That's great. I could not have... I go with healing utilities over everything else in this game. This right here is the Annihilator. This objective, we basically have to hold out against endless waves of enemies until it charges up, and then it kills them all for us. Shai Hulud, help me out. We will teleport. You are immune to all damage during one of your casts for like your summons or anything else. So just something else to keep in mind too. Annihilator device is up. They're all dead. And I absolutely love that when the Annihilator device kills everything, we get all the currency and all the pickups and all the everything else that we would have gotten if we had killed them manually. All right, so we got a mini boss in here. We've got to destroy alien eggs. Sounds like something that I can accomplish. Sounds like a job for death ray to me. Oh, I've been knocked down and my death ray has been effectively canceled. Okay, cool, man. I didn't want to death ray you guys. I wasn't hanging all of my hopes and dreams. I know he is. That much is abundantly apparent right now. I don't even know what's happening at the moment. There's so many enemies running around. I'm going to kind of fall back across the bridge here for a second. It's probably a bad idea, considering they just said, another beautiful knockdown. Considering they just said, oh, he's got like a little suction thing going on. Okay, well, here, let me see if you can give my death ray the suck. Perfect. I need to, like, get past them, though, so that I can get to the eggs. Did I kill all the eggs? I did not kill all the eggs. Wait, no, I did. All the eggs are dead. Okay, so where are all you idiots coming from? There's so many of you. All right, here. I'm going to freeze you again, and I'm just going to death ray your boss down. Okay, you're now dead. And I think we should be safe now. I pulled a lot of money out of that encounter. We're done with this planet, so we just got to strap up. Hey, 20% damage increase, 50% defense increase, 20% damage reduction from ranged. Yes, sir. We've got a homing handgun tier 2 right here. I think I'm going to have to go for it no matter how much I like my little assault kit, largely due to the fact that we're just not dealing enough damage. So if we can go up to tier 2, tier 3 with some of our weapons, I think our proclivity for being alive is going to go up in a very, very real and acknowledgeable sense. I only have 60 bucks. This right here, we can get Beast Call. Beast Call heals 1% of allies' HP every second. Wow, that's really good. Or I can reduce his cooldown. I'm going to get the heal. I tend to die a lot, and I don't like... Oh, there's a Gatling gun, though? Alright, I gotta get the Gatling gun, dude. I gotta get it. It's a Gatling gun. I mean, that's pretty cool, but I gotta hold still to use it. That kind of scares me. I'm gonna try it, though. You know, I'm gonna give it the old try before I buy and see if this is the sort of thing that I'm into. Normally, I'm not a big fan of, like, chargey weapons. Okay. That did virtually nothing. I just took 16,000 damage from that hit. Like I said, playing solo, you tend to get annihilated by enemies. Yeah, let's go ahead and summon Shai Hulud real fast. Maybe get a little bit of latent healing going. We may have to rely on Death Ray here to get any real damage off. Can he be frozen? He can be frozen. Okay. Good to know, good to know. I'm just going to kind of keep flinging rounds his way and hoping that it works out for me. His defense is reduced by 100% if he's frozen. So I think that's our goal right there. Oh, he doesn't stay frozen very long. That's fun. Okay. It doesn't look like I can tap fire this either, but I'm almost back up at full health, so I'm okay with what's going on here. Looks like we can hit him from off screen, so that's what I'm going to do. I don't want to get hit by that at all. There you go. Just keep giving me a little bit more oomph, dude. Ow, 20,000 damage. Ow, even more damage. I don't feel good. I feel like I have mismanaged this fight tremendously. With this enemy, it doesn't matter if you hit him from behind. I wouldn't even worry about it. Like, hitting him in his booty hole does seem to increase your crit rate against him, but this guy seems to have wildly too much HP compared to, like, the other bosses. So I'll probably make a cut right here while I sort of sort him out, I guess. Oh, good. They summoned death robots on me right after I blew all my cooldowns, too. I'm getting hit by everything on Earth right now because he just phase swapped. Like, this was, like, precisely the most wrongest timeline. Oh, boy. This is bad. This is real bad. And as it turns out, these charging weapons are not conducive to me being alive long term. Yeah, kill whatever you can. We just need a couple of them to go down. Oh, they did not go down. Okay. I apologize for all of my mistakes, universe. Unfortunately, I have to keep teleporting away from his AoE spikes. Oh, that's really, really bad. Okay, that was almost the worst right there. I just gotta kind of like dither until my cooldowns come back up and my natural regeneration takes over and saves me. Yeah, I think I can put him down for a little bit more regen. That sounds good. Get myself some health right there. If that robot would die, it would make my life a lot easier. There we go. Robot's dead, I think. I'm gonna stay out of the way of some bullets for a minute. Well, the good news is one of his little summons dropped a different weapon so that I'm not subject to being slowed and having to fire off different rounds the entire time, because the slow was what was getting me into trouble. I think he's immune to being frozen now, so that's just something we're going to have to watch out for. I'm still working on him, though. It's been a good 3 or 4 minute fight. Like, I am still trying to deal with this guy. He's got a big HP pool. I think we're coming up on the end. We made it. I mean, I can't say that we made it with a plomba, but I can say that we made it. Were there any upgrades over here that were actually any good? We've got an element type module. We've got an attack defender. You can increase your attack power by 2 every time you take damage, and it stacks 100 times. I feel like that could actually cumulatively really bring your damage up. Let's go to the next planet. And so what I'll probably do here is I'll probably suicide when we get to the next planet so that you guys can see the progression method for yourselves and just like how that functions. But yeah, that's my thing. The things that I noticed about it is that hit feedback is a little bit wispy with some of the weapons that the character uses, and then also from enemies getting hit. Sometimes the hit feedback is not altogether that great, and you don't quite know exactly when you got hit. You just notice that your health was way down. Other than that, ooh, T3 assault handguns? Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. I'll take that. Aside from that, the character's voice, when you do an ability, they make like a call-out, basically, where they'll be like, stop what you're doing, or whatever. The call-outs get repeated a lot. I would put kind of like a cooldown on that, because some of the characters have spammable special abilities that you can do like 5 times in a row, like instant cast. And so anyways, it can lead to you hearing like the same like, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, like every time you cast it. And it's moderately obnoxious, and, you know, it's one of those things, oh, the machine god is angry with me. Okay, what else is new? This is not great timing. Oh, this is real bad timing. Yeah, dodging all these bullets while also dodging U-turds kind of feels like a nightmare to me. Yeah, I need Shai Hulud. Let's go ahead and summon him. Yeah, get him on up. My HP's looking kind of bad right now. I'm going to delete some bullets real fast. We got 2 seconds until Death Ray comes back up. If I can just eliminate 1 or 2 of these guys with the Death Ray, I think we'll be in a good position, but there goes 1. Come on, go down. And I have dealt no damage to this boss because I'm just dealing with the mobs that spawned as a result of like the escalation meter or whatever. There we go. Now down. Oh, no, he's not. Never mind. I take it back. I was wrong. I don't know anything about anything. I don't know anything about anything, and I'm incredibly stupid. Oh, he's already dead? Oh, man. Well, I didn't get much mileage out of that worm. Can I please? I would like for your HPs to be gone. That would please me very much. Come on, is that even, like, working right there? It's helping. I mean, we've got, like, 1 meter kind of down, but I think I sort of neglected. And I also didn't get a lot of attack power upgrades. So here, let me suicide my character real fast so you can see what the progression looks like. But yeah, that's my observation for right now, is that they are using a seasonal system that's going to wipe kind of your progression, like every few months or however long that's going to be. That stuff tends to go hand in hand with, like, cash shops or whatever. There doesn't seem to be a cash shop inside the game. Everything appears to be achievable from just, like, playing the game and grinding out just kind of the seasonal advancement. Other than that, wispy hit feedback on the main character is one of those things that I think it could be a little bit more obvious that you've taken damage. While I was playing the game, there was numerous times where my health was markedly far lower than I thought that it was going to be when I checked it. And I thought that I'd been playing, like, kind of flawlessly. And so anyways, I think that the gun designs are fine. There's a lot of varied weapons inside of there. I don't think the game is designed for single player very much. That is one of the things that I've noticed by playing by myself on the empty servers for right now, pre-release, is that it doesn't look like it's made for single player. But, you know, once the servers fill on up, maybe it'll be a little bit more smooth. I think the soundtrack is great. I think the graphics look pretty good. I've been having a good time with all the little upgrades and things that they have. I think the voice lines get repeated a little bit too frequently, and the ability to kind of, like, knock that down a bit and make it happen a little less often would be good. But yeah, my name is Splattercat. This is Anvil. I'll see y'all guys tomorrow with something hot and fresh up off that indie skillet, okay? Bye-bye.